Let's take a closer look at communicating risk. Communication experts agree that 3 elements exist when communicating a risk. The first is the message. Messages are the overall information an organization wants its audience to comprehend. The message should inform and persuade. The goal is for the audience to understand the message and, usually, take a certain action. 2. Medium. The medium for the message depends on the specifics of the situation. It could be a brochure, a billboard, a tweet, or a television commercial. 3. The audience. Risk may vary dramatically in different populations. Targeting a specific audience is extremely important. So the 3 elements that exist when communicating a risk are the message, the medium, and the audience. So that's M-M-A. Message, medium, audience. Say it with me. Message, medium, audience. Your turn. Message, medium, audience. Well done. Let's take a look at an example of risk communication to see if you can identify the message, the medium, and the audience. You'll likely remember the 2010 Toyota recalls resulting from accelerator and brake failures related to sticking gas pedals. This was a huge crisis for the company. There was a lot of media coverage, litigation, and investigations. Let's take a look at the president of Toyota Motor Sales USA in a recorded apology. Remember, as you listen, try to identify the message, the medium, and the audience.
Hi, I'm Jim Lentz, president of Toyota Motor Sales USA. And I want to let you know that we've developed a comprehensive plan to fix the sticking pedal situation in recalled Toyota vehicles. But first, I want to sincerely apologize to Toyota owners. I know that our recalls have caused many of you concern, and for that, I am truly sorry. Toyota has always prided itself on building high-quality, durable cars that customers can depend on. And I know that we've let you down. I want you to know that all 172,000 Toyota and dealership employees across North America will work hard to fix your vehicle properly and regain your trust. In fact, many of our dealers will have extended hours, and some will remain open 24 hours a day to get this job done. And we're redoubling our efforts to ensure that this does not happen again. The fix can be completed within a short period of time, depending on the workflow at your dealership. We hope to start making those repairs in just a few days. Owners will be notified by mail when to set up a dealer appointment. In addition, our dealers have already started fixing the earlier announced floor mat recall vehicles. We're doing this as quickly as possible, and we ask that you contact your dealer when you've received our letter in the mail. Some Toyota vehicles are involved in both recalls, and we hope to coordinate your notification so you can take care of both repairs in one dealer visit. For more details, including a list of the vehicles involved in these recalls, please visit Toyota.com or call the Toyota Customer Experience Center. Once again, I apologize for this situation, and I hope you'll give us a chance to earn back your trust. Thank you for your patience and understanding.
What do you think are the key messages the company wants its audience to understand? In this case, they've said that they have a plan to fix the situation, that the company is sorry, and that Toyota is prepared to fix recalled cars. So this was really the bulk of their message. In terms of the medium in this case was YouTube. I'm going to guess that at the time this was also posted on their website as well. So in that case, the medium is really YouTube and their website. The audience is YouTube users and website visitors. This message is aimed at Toyota car owners and potentially buyers as well. Thinking back to how we defined risk communication just a moment ago, this apology informs people about the recall, which is a potential hazard. This message is attempting to manage the problem in a manner that promotes goodwill, disseminates information, and communicates the crisis. General guidelines for communicating risk issues. Next, we'll highlight some general rules that your organization can use as guidelines for communicating risk issues. These are mostly taken from Vincent Covello and Frederick Allen's 7 Cardinal Rules of Risk Communication. Number 1. Accept and involve the public as a partner. Involving the public early, before any decisions are made, helps establish an atmosphere of trust and sincerity. If you are seen as trustworthy, then when your organization releases information to the public, it'll likely go more smoothly. The community may become angry or upset and overestimate risks if they're not involved at an early stage. 2. Plan carefully and evaluate your efforts. Develop communication strategies and plans as early as possible. Begin with specific objectives. What are you trying to achieve? Recruit spokespersons who are good at presenting and interacting. 3. Listen to the specific concerns of community members. Risk communication is a two-way street. You must listen. Do not make assumptions. 4. Be honest, frank, and open. Trust and credibility are your most important assets when communicating risk information. To maintain these, state your credentials, admit mistakes, and disclose information quickly. In a recent interview with Growing Produce, Lisa Lockridge, Director of Public Affairs for the Florida Fruit and Vegetable Association and President of the Agricultural Institute of Florida, suggests acknowledging information gaps. Lisa recognizes that as events unfold rapidly, it takes time to gather information, but that the more facts you can provide, the better. Have a look at these 2 short video clips of interviews with Tony Hayward, BP Chief Executive, during the Deep Horizon oil spill. These videos demonstrate how quickly information can change in a crisis. One must strike a balance in being honest, frank, and open, because relaying information later found to be false can affect public trust and your credibility.
I think the environmental impact of this disaster is likely to have been very, very modest. It's impossible to say, and we will mount, as part of the aftermath, a very detailed environmental assessment as we go forward. We're going to do that with some of the science institutions in the US, but everything we can see at the moment suggests that the overall environmental impact of this will be very, very modest.
If I were to ask you what you thought the environmental impact of this spill is going to be, what would you say? What would your assessment be now?
This is clearly an environmental catastrophe. There is no two ways about it. And all I would say is that in terms of the estimates, the initial rate was a government estimate. These rates are a government estimate.
But you're upping your assessment now to environmental catastrophe.
It's clear. I mean, it is clear that we are dealing with a very significant environmental crisis.
5. Work with other credible sources. Develop partnerships with other organizations or agencies. Try to partner with other trustworthy experts, such as doctors, local officials, and university scientists. 6. Meet the needs of the media. Ultimately, the news media communicates risk to the public, so you must meet reporters' needs. Before a risk situation occurs, develop relationships with reporters. This banking of goodwill ahead of time may help you in a risk situation. 7. Meet the needs of your employees. Communicating internally keeps information flowing and helps to minimize rumors, which should be addressed immediately. Lisa Lockridge also suggests that it's important to keep your staff updated with the facts. It is also recommended to review your company policy regarding talking with the media. 8. Speak and communicate clearly and with compassion. Do not use technical language. Be sensitive to people's emotions. Promise only what you can do and do what you promise. Express genuine empathy for anyone harmed, injured, or killed. This must be your first response. So far, we've been talking about risk communication in general here in the top part of this funnel diagram. And remember, we said that risk communication techniques are used to handle both risk and crisis situations. But there are differences between a risk and a crisis situation, and this can affect how we communicate the situation.